Are we already there? Okay.
It says it up the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like loading in another thing. I'll see. I'll check.
And Liam still hasn't connected to audio.
Yeah, we'll get him one day. We'll get here eventually.
It said it's come up live.
Yeah, I don't think we are there yet because I think I'm like refreshing the YouTube thinger.
Yeah.
Although maybe there's a delay. So it's there. Cool. Okay. That's good. All right. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Like refreshing and muting so I can see as we're like showing up in the thing. Oh, are we? I don't know if we are now.
It says we're live.
Out if we're actually live and people can see us or not.
I can't see it on my phone. Oh no, I can see it now.
Yeah, I don't think there's meant to be a delay.
I can
so
see
I think
it. I can see it. This one.
I think when it like puts us in, we'll see.
No, we're definitely live. Yeah, it's working.
Hey, there's another Calvin.
Oh,
that's so weird because the other one is like on the.
There's two views.
Like you're moving in the other one.
What?
There's two angles.
There's actually two of you.
Okay.
Oh, it's not you. As in, like, I muted like my actual thing, so then I can hear people saying stuff. Okay.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
I just wanted to say I'm super excited to see you on Backyard Survivor tomorrow, Liz.
Oh, that's tomorrow. The thinger is tomorrow. Do you know when it's actually released?
I think it's next week, maybe. I don't know if they're doing it like all at once or if they're doing episode by episode, but yeah, next week.
That's exciting.
Can't wait to watch. Go, Liz.
I did.
Woo.
Hey.
Liz.
I didn't get to see Liz's tribe because I was like managing the other tribe, so I don't get to see what goes down. But yeah, so we came to good to see that.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it should be
something else to watch during quarantine.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a pretty cool cast. It's pretty great. Yeah. I'm just like constantly refreshing the page to see.
It's working on my phone.
Yeah, ours too.
Working on mine too.
Wait. As in like it's showing that we're live?
Yeah.
Like on YouTube?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's like here it says it, but like there it does. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's weird.
So it's working, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
I think we're a little bit delayed though, but
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, we should probably talk then so people don't tune out, I guess. Woo. Yeah, so people watching, if you see other people are saying like it's not starting very well.
Yeah, mine is saying it hasn't started yet.
I think it's I think you've like done a live but not on the one you've scheduled.
Oh.
I think that's the issue because like I can see one that's scheduled and then there's an additional one that says live.
Oh,
It's playing on my computer.
yeah. Okay, I will.
Hey.
Busy making dinner. How's everyone going?
Hi, Liam.
Good.
Hi.
Liam.
Hello, Chris. How you going?
Good, mate. Having a fireball just for you, mate.
Thanks, man.
I got
Appreciate
wine.
it. I'm out of the booze, so make sure you take an extra one for me.
Hey. Oh. Oh, okay, so it switches between people. All right, that's interesting. I can potentially change that later. But yeah, all right. Yeah, so for anyone watching, send us some questions and stuff. We don't really have any sort of schedule or whatever for this or any structure. We're just going to talk and see what happens. So yeah, send in any of your questions, maybe direct them at people so that people know who to say things. Yeah, let's go. We've got we've got Brianna here in the comments. She's a legend.
Brianna.
Great. What we're doing. Maybe let's start off with the thing. We'll like go around and we can say what we're doing in life at the moment since 1.5 years ago when we were all out there in Warrandyte. So I will start with Emily because she appears first on my screen. What are you up to?
So I'm still working for my dad in Optimum Drafting as his secretary. So it's a pretty boring life. Pays well.
Finally found out what you're secretary of.
Sorry?
Finally found out what you were the secretary of.
I think that was one of the comments on the YouTube videos. It's like, I'm dying to know what Emily is the secretary of.
Oh yeah, I'm secretary to the Prime Minister, sure.
Yeah.
All right, next Ingrid, what are you up to?
Still studying, as I seem to forever will be. Yep, still studying, still working.
Nice. Rancy.
Doing sales. Oh, I skipped Liam. Doing sales, selling massage chairs, so pretty interesting market.
That's so random.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never knew what you sell. That's cool. I didn't know.
Yeah, they're pretty high budgeted, so.
All right, we'll go Liam.
All right. I was about to have another forkful of pasta, so that's what I'm doing at the moment. Tucking in some damn good pasta. But other than that, I was doing acting, got an agent, and then Corona said that industry doesn't exist at the moment. So at the moment, I'm just vibing and just generally on Discord doing events with a bunch of friends and stuff. So yeah, I'm just doing jack shit.
All right, Josh.
So my life's changed a lot since I played. I originally was moving down to Melbourne after the game happened, and then Corona had stopped all of that from happening. So I'm back in Mildura. Yeah. But I will be back down in Melbourne probably in 2 months. So
Okay, cool.
it's sort of working, but yeah.
Shit, I thought you were in Melbourne.
No, I was, but then obviously I couldn't find work because of Corona.
Yeah.
And then I had nowhere else to go back because I had to go back home.
Okay. Oh, shit.
That sucks.
Fucking right.
Yeah, it gets everyone, eh?
All right, Chris.
Not doing much post-COVID life. Basically living the post-COVID life that most people are without work. Still playing football though. Queensland's not so bad as what it is in Victoria and I guess New South Wales, I suppose. But we're starting to get worse, so who knows? Hopefully there's still things to do in the coming weeks, but at the moment it's not looking good.
Can I just say, like, saying everyone's names makes me feel like I'm telling you to like go up to vote. Like, but yeah, Natalie, you're up.
I haven't really been doing much. All of our shows have been cancelled because of COVID. So just doing some cleaning at the moment, doing 19 hours a week contract for the next 6 months. But yeah.
All right, Jake. And Nick, I mean, you can combine yours if you want.
So I was studying law and now I've transferred into teaching education, similar to Ingrid. And we've moved from the Central Coast to the Muswellbrook, and we've just bought our first home.
Yeah.
Was that with survivor money?
$100 didn't add that much.
I don't people know that Jake just gave the money right back to us. That was pretty great.
Yeah.
I was super grateful for that. Help me pay back.
I felt so bad after I heard that you ordered too many buffs. I was like, damn.
Me, I finally got into the job I wanted to. I've been doing that for about 8 weeks now.
Hey.
Wrestled a goat. That was fun. That's country policing for you.
You wrestled a goat?
Grab it by the horns and sort of throw it, and then it goes up on its legs. And you wouldn't do that in the city or off the coast. So it's been a move.
Are you a police officer now? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, nice.
Congrats, Nick.
Congrats.
Yeah, congrats.
Thanks.
Awesome.
All right, Steph.
Well, I finished my fine art and now I'm doing something else because I couldn't get a job to do with that. So,
hey, I know the life.
Yeah, in childcare at the moment, but currently also not doing anything because they cut back on the kids allowed at childcare. So, yeah.
Tara.
Yes. Hello. Hi. What am I supposed to say? Sorry.
What you've done since I don't know, like
Nothing.
a year and a half ago.
Nothing. That's it.
Love it. Mason.
Did you say Jason? I didn't.
Yeah, I did. Sorry, it came out as a laugh.
So yeah, I'm just working at the same place. I've been stuck at home for now 5 months. So, I'm looking forward to getting out of this COVID thing, I guess.
Yeah, fair. Vince.
Hi. Yeah, I actually when I started playing, I didn't have a job because I just moved back to Australia. And after a month playing, I actually got a job in the hospital. So, yeah, that's my update.
What's the name of the hospital?
I don't think I want to advertise that.
All right, Melbourne.
So when I competed, I was a retail manager in pharmacy, and I went traveling for 3 months last year. And I told myself I was going to switch industries because I'd had enough, and I just wanted to do something different. So yeah, I got my truck license, and now I'm a truck driver. It's pretty shit, but it's better than what I was doing.
Cool.
Nice. And Ange.
Me. Babysitting. Because same like childcare, there's hardly any kids, so couldn't get any. At the moment, there's no shifts, so yep. Dog walking, my own dog, babysitting.
Hey.
Yep.
You have a very cute dog.
Yeah, I do. Do you want to see him?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
I can't see him.
Oh. We'll try. There we go.
All right.
Oh, that's the reunion. There we go.
And the only person we don't have right now is Jason Muscles, who has informed me that is not his name. Jason No Hat, Jason Dreads, I don't know. But he might be joining us later, I'm not sure. But we'll see. Some people might sort of drop in and out. I don't know how long we'll go for as well, but yeah, we'll just do whatever and see what happens. I'll read through some of these comments. We've got a question actually. Bree says she's loving your haircut, Emily, and she also says She's also asks if anyone has any grudges.
Not at all.
No,
No.
not really.
Not right.
Not really.
Nah,
I
no
mean,
way.
Oh,
Jason,
It's my whole
Quick,
tribe.
let's make some up.
Wait, what did you say,
Rancy.
I just said I haven't
Chris, how could you put my name down?
Yeah. So Jason, not a fan of Durang. All of you Durang people,
At all,
not a
except for
fan.
Chris. I like Chris.
Yeah, Jason. Hey, buddy.
To be fair, I think I'm the same with Galata. Hey. We're both the first boots of our tribes, so I guess we can sort of hate on their tribe.
Love you, Josh.
Love you, Calvin.
Yeah, even Calvin and Chris, you guys are.
Oh yeah, I want to. Can you finally find it out? It's been a year coming. Let's go.
Me and Chris are like, we're like this, man. We're allies in all.
Yeah, Calvin and I have, I don't know, realized that we actually get along pretty well, and pretty stark contrast to what it was on that Saturday night. But yeah, Calvin's a legend bloke.
Yeah, I love Chris.
He's not salty anymore.
Yeah.
I wasn't salty after like 2 hours.
Yeah. All right. Haley X, if I've said that right, is asking what's something that happened behind the scenes that we never saw?
the Pooh Alliance. That was my favorite.
Yeah. Great.
Sorry, do you want to say it? Because the Keegan stuff is just amazing.
Okay, so at one point during the game, I think it was around Natalie's boot, was it?
Oh, I thought it was Merge. I'm not sure. Could have been.
Yeah,
Oh no, it was Natalie's boot. It was Natalie's boot. Yeah.
Yeah. Jake and I went off to the drop toilet, which is so gross. Like, for the record, we were shitting down these huge pits. Like, if someone fell into one of those, you're not getting back out.
Oh, faster,
But anyway, so it's like a 2 cubicle thing, and Jake was in one and I was in the other, and you're not supposed to talk strategy while you're in the toilets, but we're just having a conversation. But Keegan, he was Keegan the poo guard, and he didn't like talking strategy while we're, doing our thing. So he told us off. Cool alliance,
But it was good. It was good.
It was good. Very, very good. Good time.
Somewhat short-lived.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, pretty short-lived. Yeah.
Betzela, if I say that right as well, says, how much of an effect did pre-game relationships have on the game? Ooh.
Uh-huh.
A few pre-game relationships happening.
I actually want to know how many people didn't know someone, because at the start it seemed like nobody knew, but in the end it was like, okay, well, who didn't know someone? Because I know Vince and Rancy, but who else?
I didn't know.
And I thought you knew Emily.
Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, Emily, sorry. Yes, I did. Sorry.
So it was literally Vince, Jason, and Rancy.
Natalie, didn't you not know anyone?
No, I knew nobody.
Ah, Natalie.
Oh yeah.
So 4 out of
16.
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
To be fair though, I didn't know Jake was coming.
No. Interesting fact. So we had a great conversation, and then Josh uploaded his audition video, and I was like, okay, here we go. Because Josh and I go back to our first ever online game of Survivor, and we were arch nemesis, arch rivals. And I was like, okay, I want to apply just to do a round 2. And in my application video, I was like, I know Josh Pearson's applying. We have rival blood, and I was hoping to get on his tribe and boot him. But
even though you booted me the first time.
No, you had it coming.
This is like 2 years ago, but yeah, I probably did.
Yeah. So I think they definitely did. I think it's hard not to have the outside influence, even in online games as well. Like if me and Josh met at the merge, I would have done anything in my power to get him out.
And same here.
And then with me and Jake, look, we weren't on the same tribe to begin with. Then we weren't on the swap tribes together either. The only time we talked was merge. We weren't together on the first merge vote. I wanted to keep Calvin. And another little unknown fact, I think, Final Four, Jake wanted me to vote Emily. And he told me to vote CM. If I had have listened to him, the votes would have worked out where Jake would have went home.
Yeah, so I didn't realize that they wanted a 2-1-1, but I wanted to do a 2-1-1 with Emily and I voting out CM, Nick getting a stray vote, so he didn't have that perfect voting record, and then getting CM out in the process. But yeah,
I think we're both trying a 2-1-1, and it could have been like a 2-1-1 the actual other way that I was thinking of. And
There was a lot of strategy talk that round. Like I was surprised. Like only 4 people. Like how much can you talk about this? Like what different ways can it go? And turns out there's like heaps. But yeah, I guess.
I've got a question for the jury because I wasn't on it. Watching it back, what if he's voted differently?
For the finalists?
Yeah.
I think I would have.
So Tara, you voted for Nick. So you would have voted for Jake or Emily?
Or Emily, yeah. So here's the thing, from my perspective in the game, Nick, I thought I was so convinced you had this secret mastermind game happening. Like I was on the jury being like, oh dude, like Nick, he's like writing this I think I had just like a, I'm not saying you weren't playing a good game, but you weren't playing the game that I concocted in my head that I thought you were playing. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know how I told you, like,
yeah.
The game, like, you're playing the winning game, dude. Like it was from that point on that I was very impressed, and I think I just like concocted all of these whole stories in my mind. So everything you were saying while being at Final Tribal Council, it was like confirming my bias, like towards voting for you.
Yeah.
That,
Let me just say, over a fantastic Final Tribal speech.
Mm.
Like Christy levels. You two, Emily and Jake, you two. Yeah.
No, but even with Nick, like Nick's a very quiet person just in general, and then when he just came guns a blazing, I was like, I didn't know you. What is this? And I was like, what the fuck have I done? Oh my god, that's crazy.
Yeah, I thought I could beat Nick at the end. That's part of the reason it was there.
I think if there was another goal ladder in the end, you probably would have snapped the win.
I also would have changed my vote. Like I know I voted for Jake, and I've since seen Jake play ORGs, and the guy is the man. But just seeing like the way that Emily had a hold of everyone in the tribe, like everyone wanted to work with Emily. Like everyone saw Emily at the end, and she just managed it so well that I would have given my vote to Emily.
Emily, were you surprised you didn't get a vote in the end? Because I was, definitely.
Nah, I kind of felt like people, I don't know, I felt like people were really almost angry at me for voting him out because I voted everybody out. So I just felt that was a kind of, we don't really like you kind of vote.
All of you voted me out, so I wasn't angry at any of you really at the time because all of you were responsible for me going home. So I think you guys were expecting me to be angry at you. Like when I watched that back, I was like, I stood up to speak and you guys were like, oh, what I was chilling. I enjoyed all of you as finalists personally.
But
like,
Tara, I was the reason you went home. I won the necklace. That's the reason you went home.
Well, the reason I went home was because people voted for me. You know, not
because I told him to.
Yeah, everyone wanted to anyway.
Also,
I
also, it's a memory challenge, so Tara couldn't win it anyway.
No, I'm too dumb. I've got a working brain. Brain dumb.
I felt so uncomfortable playing with Tara. I really did.
I think we can all probably agree that if Tara gets to the end, it's going to be hard to beat Tara.
Yeah, I have to say I was cheering for Tara. I don't know what was going on, but I was cheering for Tara.
That's why that round was like so pretty clear cut. Was just like it was the final 7 and there was a split vote, and there was like such a opportunity to make a move, but it was just like you had to get Tara out when you had the opportunity.
No. Yeah, no, yeah. Fair enough.
But sorry, is everyone going to vote for Tara even if she voted the whole game? She voted wrong each time.
No,
that's the question.
I was right on a few votes.
No, like after the merge, because what you said before you go.
Yeah, I got all those ones wrong.
It depends who she's up against. Like if she's up against Ingrid, I would vote for Ingrid hands down. No offense, Tara.
No,
Ingrid was
I
playing
get that.
so
Ingrid was
well.
playing a phenomenal game at the time. Yeah, 100.
Yeah, in the end, but that's fine.
But I wouldn't have gone to the end with Ingrid, I don't think. I think in hindsight, yeah, Ingrid might have been one of the only people I wouldn't have wanted to go to the end with.
No way. Ingrid would have been so dangerous to take to the end.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Thanks, friends. Yeah, I should have played my cards better, but that's fine.
Well, you did have Jason Muscles going against you for no reason at all. That was so
yeah. What the hell?
So hard.
I'm fine.
I still maintain that that's the reason why you still got voted out. Was he just put the wheels in motion and it just never stopped.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine.
Jake and myself and Rancy, we were like, all right, well, we're happy to go with that. Let's and just.
It's fine. I'm fine. I'm not bitter.
I do have a question. So in the game, a lot of people looked at Rancy as someone who didn't deserve to win. How much has your viewpoint changed, if at all?
Rancy was the underdog, man. I didn't think he didn't deserve to win. Yeah. I thought once it got to final 5, I was like, these guys are crazy if they take him to the end, because he's got that story of nearly being voted out and all that, and yeah, he had that sort of redemption, I guess.
Were we saying that on the jury? I don't remember talking like that on the jury though.
I think it was mainly the touchy subjects thing.
That was for me for sure. Is that when I was playing, I was like, damn, Rancy's good player, and it was just, but it was mainly I was looking at other people, what other people were thinking, and saying this guy's barely going to get a vote, so I need to take him to the end. But I myself saw that he was playing a good game. Every round we'd talk strategy and he was on point every time.
Yeah.
Rancy's strategies were so good. Looking back,
crazy.
He was always a mastermind. It was cool. He had something going on at every minute.
Love it. Thanks, Nick. I'll give you that $10.
I'm sorry for calling you Claire Steph.
Yeah, all right.
Ramsey. What other mix-ups of names did we have?
Kevin.
Good old Kevin.
You know how much that's exploded because of Vince? There's even a meme about me now because of something I did in marketing.
Who was the first person to actually get Kelvin's name right, though?
Huh?
Yeah.
I don't remember, who was the first person to actually get his name right?
I don't remember ever getting his name wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think.
So who got his name? Who said Kevin?
Me.
Definitely called Kevin.
Yeah, Vince called Calvin Kevin and Rancy Ramsey.
That's right.
Everyone called Rancy Ramsey.
Yeah. I probably even did it at some point. I don't
Yeah, you
know.
did that tribal council, and I was like,
I remember
was
the
a
first tribal
tribal
council.
Yeah.
How you called
Yeah,
Rancy Josh.
Yeah. That bit out. That was a little.
I had Nick's Rancy's name as Josh for some reason. So I was messaging Kyle after I got voted out, and I was like, "Oh my god, Josh is like doing so well. You're staying in the game." And he's like, "Wait, Josh Peterson?" And I was like, "Oh, first two." Like, yeah, that's how I found out Nick's name was Nick. Well, Rancy's name was Nick.
Yeah.
Nice.
We've got a few questions. A few people asking if you have like moves that you regret. I think we've sort of done a bit on that, but anyone really need to like vent about something that they just like know they should have done in hindsight?
I'll go first. I should have kept Josh. Yeah.
That's actually an interesting vote because wasn't Steph meant to vote Vince, but then voted Josh or something the other way around, and both Josh and Steph flipped their votes?
Oh no, I kept voting Rancy, and I only ever voted twice because of the law thing. So
Yeah, so Steph, like on the revote, Steph voted for Rancy.
yeah.
It was like a 1-6 or like a 1-5.
Yeah, and like it was really obvious who didn't vote for.
So Steph gets back to the tribe, I'm assuming, and everybody's like, "Why did you vote for Rancy again?" But yeah. I heard Calvin like say my name to like a group of people when I was coming back from a confessional, when I was like coming behind the bushes. So I guess like I probably should have spoke a bit more.
Yeah, you
Like,
should have just walked up and been like, "What, bitch? You trying to target me?"
I should have.
Yeah, that would have been so awkward. But
To be fair, I actually thought we were pretty tight. You know.
Yeah. I just got weird that people would just throw you under the bus so quickly. I was like, oh, but Calvin and Tara was talking to you like you're like friends. So like it just sudden switch. It just
just flick of the switch and away you go.
Nick was in my ear about it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I think I was more sold on Rancy going than initially. I don't know. I can't remember. It was so long ago.
From that night, that's what my initial thought was.
Yeah.
Because you, Vince, and Tyra were talking for quite some time until you started stirring.
I mean, in hindsight, it probably would have made sense to get rid of Rancy, and us four could have stayed tight. But yeah, that didn't happen. So.
That's hindsight, I guess.
There's a lot of things that could have been different. But it's so hard when you're in such a short time frame. You can't like properly strategize and analyze like all the outcomes that could happen from the move that you make, and it's just like, yeah, there's been a lot of what ifs since Survivor.
Yeah, definitely. Like you watch on the watch back, and there's like so many opportunities to work with different people, and and then like at the time you were just like, no, I'm like pretty happy with what I've got. Like if you didn't win, then I guess you've got all these sort of scenarios that you run through your head. Like for instance, like I should have tried to work more with Liam rather than just discard the early friendship that we made based on hearsay. I should have at Final 9 like maybe tried to talk with Ingrid a bit more. It basically like you can look at the entire bunch of episodes and you can say should have done this, should have done that, but
Imagine if I didn't play my idols at Final 11.
That'd have been crazy.
Imagine.
The biggest ones, impacted so much.
Yeah. So many what ifs.
Maybe talking about that first vote and stuff, maybe like Nick and Rancy can kind of talk about their very long lasting alliance.
Yes.
That kind of influenced that.
Yeah, so I feel early on, Galata, I just wasn't getting any vibes from anyone except for Nick. He was really chilled out. But I think what really helped is on the first night, a lot of people, were cuddled in together. A couple of people, Calvin and Josh all together. But me and Nick were actually on the side and we were just chatting. Yeah, we had no sleeping bags, so we were both struggling. We were like, this is cold. The game was going, the party games were going on, and we were just cold, miserable.
the dirt.
Trying to still try to get like into the games and things like that, but we were freezing. And it was just a good time to, it just felt like I had good trust with him. Like, we obviously played off both being called Nicks really well. So it sort of felt like, sort of like you look at like Nick Wilson and Christian, it felt like something like that, just like a little bond that no one was really like onto. He definitely got me through a few of those votes just by having that strong, I didn't have a strong relationship with everyone, but just having a really strong relationship with one person definitely helped me get further in the game. And that's sometimes all you need.
Yeah, that night, being next to Rancy and Ange, that sort of solidified me with those two. I felt like everyone else was doing their party games and chatting and whatever, but just being on the outskirts, that sort of formed that bond, I think.
Yeah, and I think we were all, even Ange, like it took me a while to, talk to her more, but I realized that all three of us were very similar people. Like as soon as we started talking to each other, we were quite on the outside to other people, but as soon as we started talking to each other, like we just got along really well.
Do you agree with that, Ange?
Yeah, I thought so. Except then why did you throw me under the bus? Like,
yes.
Come on.
Yes. The thing was, I saw Jake. Obviously, at the start of the game, we all were in the same sort of tents and things like that. I realized that I was still on the bottom of Galata, even after the challenge. We got through that vote. I was still on the bottom of Galata. I knew that, so I had to work out. Ange was starting to. She's pretty much said to New Galata she didn't want to work with like Chris, all these people. So it was a really difficult spot to be in. And I formed this strong relationship with Jake. And then when the last second they're like, "Oh, we got you, Jake," I was like, "Shit, either way, I'm going to lose someone here." So it was because before then I think we were trying to go for Emily or someone else. And then the last minute we went to Jake, and I was like, "Oh shit." And then my theory is you can't go to rocks pre-merge. You can go at merge, but not. Well,
you can go to rocks whenever. It's always worth it.
No, it's okay. There was no hard feelings. Like I probably would have done the same thing. I was grateful that you guys voted with me at least for the first bit. So that's all right. It's all good.
I think my favorite person throughout watching the series was actually Angela, and how she was just so ruthless. It's like, you're lying to me. You're like, no, I'm not. No. And I'm just like, yes, you are. I'm like, oh my God, go.
Yes.
It was so good.
Andrew's so awesome to watch. It was incredible. Like, yeah, it was so good. Like we had like 1 round's taste of it. Like when we were out there, like just I remember I had like a 5-minute conversation with Ange, and just like she was just like pretty much like hell no the whole time to me. It was just like,
I just sort of lied so much more. I didn't do very well.
That was definitely your like downfall, Ange. Is like you can read people like so well, which is such a good like thing. But you shouldn't confront people about it.
Yeah.
Like confronting me about my idol, you should have like noticed that and been like run back to everyone and be like, "Oh my God, Calvin's got an idol. Like he's not telling us about it. Vote him out." Like you shouldn't have like confronted me. But like yeah, you're super like switched on in reading people, which is like scary, very scary.
Oh, thanks. Definitely some things to work on.
Yeah.
That I have. But,
yeah. So KJ, who I'm pretty sure is Keegan, who I just worked out, is asking if anyone had a favorite team or individual challenge. And for people who don't know, Keegan was like basically did all the challenges, was like in charge of the challenges. Like they were like last on my list of priorities, and he just basically stepped in on the weekend and was like, "Right, here we go," and brought all these props and stuff. Yeah, what are you challenges you liked, challenges you hated?
I really loved the even though we lost, I had so much fun playing the Floor is Lava challenge. That was good fun. Like I don't know, just something about that was cool. I really enjoyed that.
Oh man, my adrenaline was racing through that one, especially when I pushed everyone off and was like, "Go back to the start." I was in my brain, I was going, "We lose this, you're going home." I was like, "Oh,
My groin was hurting. That was a fuck challenge.
Oh yeah.
That was crazy.
And thank you, Liam, for throwing that.
I hopped onto. I'm like, oh yeah, slide puzzle. It should be fine. I talked to Keegan. I'm like, which sort of slide puzzle is it? And it's like, it's the one where there's a piece missing. You have to realign. I'm like, oh fuck, this isn't the one where you take a piece out. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. And then it's like by the time I've got here, I'm like, I don't know how to do these.
I was so confident as well. When we finished, we had such a lead, and I was like, oh my god, we're going to win immunity. And yeah, just watched it slip away.
Tara on that puzzle was crazy. It was like
That was amazing. Yeah.
Scary.
It was scary.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I wasn't
It was
even in
just
the
like-
game. It was scary.
It was a crazy challenge because we were so far behind, but like, and we kept messing up, and like, I don't know, like maybe someone might sort of give up, but we just had like, I think like Tara, like a huge thing was Tara's motivation, saying that if we get there, we're gonna win, and but also Emily's like instructions and everything like that was a huge help as well. So it was, you know, it was quite the comeback that we had.
Yeah.
Epic.
My favorite challenge was the one where you had to run up and back with the memory, like string cube.
Yeah.
No.
Our little rivalry, Chris. That was good.
Sorry, Nick.
That
My
little
favorite
piece
was
of yarn will hold my dreams forever.
Yeah.
challenge because I went back and forth so many times and it was the worst.
My favorite was probably the final 5 challenge when the boys got stuck in the balance beam.
Yeah, that was a blast.
That was great.
I even took our
Actually,
shoes
no,
off.
the music just lined up so well, and like half the time I wasn't even doing it intentionally. It was great.
I think meeting Donna the other day in the live reality game podcast with Vince, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, so Donna, for people who don't know, she was the person whose face was on the puzzle at the start.
Oh, cool.
So we did the crowdfunding campaign, and we had an option that was selected by my friend Kath came up with. She was on season 1 of this, and she was also in Backyard Survivor season 3 with me. And I was like, oh, what's some like weird, funny reward that like no one would pick, but that would just be funny? And she's like, about like your face on a puzzle. And I was like just put someone's face on a puzzle if they like donate $70 or whatever. And so that's what happened. And then someone actually selected it, and I didn't think it would. But Donna's a big, Survivor enthusiast. Goes around wearing a Survivor dress with all the logos on it and stuff, and yeah, big supporter of stuff like what we do. So yeah, pretty cool.
It was great to meet her the other day, actually. It was really good.
Yeah, very like excitable and stuff.
But that was my most hated challenge because that was the only one I did.
The first thing where you like run and
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I really shouldn't have ran. It's bad television, to be honest.
Oh, you mean the one where we had to get like the tent poles and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, I was so bad.
Fuck you, Josh. Fuck you. Roomy.
First Jake Smackdown.
Look what happened, Jake. You got back up and ended up winning.
Yeah, but I got back to the hotel after the whole experience. I was like, I've got these bruises and shit from Josh. Yeah. That was good though. Nice.
Yeah.
One challenge we haven't mentioned is the super short one.
Oh my god.
That resulted in Natalie's elimination.
Yeah, that was going to be my favorite challenge. Like I'd been practicing like putting balls on like a wooden plank for like leading up to it, thinking this is going to be one of the challenges. And sure enough, it comes up. And then I was like, yes, I'm going to like nail this. But then I don't know, everyone throws it or falls off the balance beam.
Oh.
Once one person starts to wobble on the balance beam, then the whole balance beam starts to wobble, and then everyone starts to wobble, and you're fucked. It was hard. I did not enjoy that challenge.
Some confusion about like the rules and like people on crates, like when they had to like step off the crate or whether they could like keep going or something like that. Yeah. Good times.
It would have been easy to edit that.
Yeah, it was great. I put the episode really late. It was like the last thing from that episode that I edited or something. Because I was like, yeah, fine, I'll deal with this later.
I was kind of upset that Natalie didn't make the merge. I thought if one in the cast was going to be the dark horse, it would have been Natalie. She was in a very, very good position on our tribe, and I was like, fuck, she's robbed. I was very, very upset that she went out. Very upset.
I remember we were talking about on New Galata, like how much we want, like we were hoping that you'd get through and we'd be able to possibly work with her in the merge. And yeah.
Natalie, how do you feel about how you went not knowing Survivor and everything like that?
Yeah, I like watched like 2 or 3 episodes of Survivor leading up. So I had very little idea of what I was doing. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. It's something different that I would have never have done. But yeah, it was good. I got to meet all you guys. And it was just like a good experience. I wish I kind of made merge. It would have been a good feeling, but oh well. Life keeps going on.
Yeah. What was your thought process when Calvin stole the idol?
I actually thought about it the other day for some stupid reason.
It comes up randomly, right?
Yeah, and it's like, why did I not read it when I was walking back to tribe? Why had plenty of opportunities to read it and I didn't. Why didn't I? And I'm just trying to puzzle of like why I didn't read it. And then yeah, I obviously showed Calvin and then he took it. But yeah, it was a good move on him. He played it well.
I read mine in a confessional. That's the easiest way to do it. You're away from tribe.
I didn't think of it.
Yeah.
It just skipped my mind completely.
Yeah. I honestly, I had every intention of working with you. And then I found out you hadn't found the idol yet. And I was like, oh. Right.
That's ticking.
Yeah, literally, yeah, when I thought you had an idol, I was like, let's team up. We can get this duo going. We're going to run this game with our idols. And then you're like, I hadn't read the clue. And I was like, oh, that's amazing.
I think I still have the clue somewhere on my pinboard as well.
No,
oh, no.
That's amazing.
Speaking of souvenirs, thank you, Tara.
Oh, no.
Oh. Is that Nick's fake idol? Yes.
A great moment. That was one of the things that I forgot about. Like when I was editing, by the time I had gotten to that point, I had forgotten that was a thing. And then I got to it and I was like, what? Nick has a fake idol? And then I was like, yeah.
I just love that she included the cast and like the crew members. They're like, where's Tara? We're all like, where is she? She just vanished.
I was surprised I was even found, to be honest. Like, I really wished, I think Toby found me. I wish he got the footage of him just like going through the bushes to get to me. Like, I wish he had camera on because he really had to like travel through like barbed wire fences that I'd like crawled under. And, like,
that was like a big chunky camera as well.
Yeah, it was massive. And there was at one point in time where I could hear you guys all searching for me and I needed to, like, you know when you're playing hide and seek and you hear people coming and you really need a piss?
Yeah.
Like, I really didn't speak because you guys were all just like, oh, maybe she's over here. Maybe she's here. I was scared.
I have a question for, I guess, Final Five. When Nick and Jake, I guess both of you, Jake played his idol and Nick played his fake idol, were either of you actually in trouble then? Or were you actually safe?
I didn't think I was in trouble, but apparently I was. CM?
Yeah, I was definitely trying to vote you out. Like, I know, like I won't lie at all. Like that was, like going into that tribal council, I definitely like if Jake didn't pull out the idol, I was writing Jake's name down.
And were others? Were Rancy and Emily?
I want to find out from Rancy because he's.
Yeah, I was pretty confused that round. I feel like I was going to try and vote out everyone, but I think it started with Jake, and then we were like, I was half in my mind, maybe I could vote out Nick, but then I was like, oh, what if Jake actually? Because the thing was, I actually saw these two together in like a confessional or somewhere, and I didn't know what was going on. I didn't actually ambush. I should have ambushed it because I saw Nick and Jake somewhere. I didn't know where. So when they came up with that, I was like, well, is this some sort of plan? So then I was like, well, I'm just going to vote for Chris just in case they've got a plan there. So it went all over the place. I knew Nick's idol was fake, but I was worried Jake was going to play his idol on Nick.
Yeah. I was highly considering it, but I was worried that there's going to be like a stray vote of me. I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that at
that's
all.
a fun secret scene. I was almost going to put that in the episode, but it didn't make sense with the narrative. But yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Emily? What were you thinking?
No, I was definitely voting for Rancy because he'd voted for me in the previous vote, and my aim was just to stay one step ahead of everybody who was voting me, which was a lot.
Yeah, my whole round was like just trying to like say to like because Emily was like, no, we need to vote out Rancy. He's coming for me, and I'm like, no, Emily, we need to get Jake out. Like Jake's gonna win. We gotta.
We need to get to the end with Rancy.
So okay, so final five in theory, no idols are presented. No one has like put any, feelers out there like to make people think otherwise. Who would have you voted for then? Like
Rancy.
Yeah,
Jake.
Nick.
Yeah, Rancy.
So it wouldn't have changed the outcome really.
Well, it depends who Emily would have voted for.
No, it definitely would have been Rancy.
Wait, if Jake, say the round before, if Jason won immunity, would I have been gone? At final.
It all depended on whether you were trying to aim for me.
Yeah.
Because that's what I went to Jason and I said to him, look, where are you sitting in this? Because I knew that was the vote that we were planning on doing. Yeah. And he said that he'd thrown his lot in with you, which meant that he was voting for me. And I was like, okay, walked away and was like, well, you're going home. It was like, yep, well, if you're going to vote for me, you're going home.
I've actually got a question for Jake. At final 6, when we ended up voting Jason, but I came back from a confessional maybe just before we were going to go to vote, and you came up to me and said, "Oh, we're voting Emily, right?" And I'm like, hell no, like I don't want to vote Emily, like.
Because everyone's just like, it's Emily. I'm like, I don't want to do Emily. No.
Yeah.
And then you're like, no, I'm not doing Emily. I was like, oh, okay. But I'm not Emily. No, it's Jason. But I was like, oh. But I was really going to vote Emily just because I thought I'm not going home with an idol in my pocket. And if she goes, then I'm probably next. I don't know. So thank you for that.
Right. Yeah. No worries.
We've got some more comments. Josh Mazan asks, who surprised you the most strategically?
Liam.
Yeah.
Hey.
Watching Liam back for sure. I mean I knew he was a little bit shady, but there was a lot of thought to a lot of what he did.
To be honest,
split vote.
For me, Vince pulling out that the split vote early on, I wasn't expecting that at all. So I think Vince for me probably did pretty well in that aspect. But
I didn't know I have that power.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere, and I wasn't expecting it.
I think it was just a thought. I was just like, oh yeah, let's just do a split, and then it just come out from my mouth, and then people were like, yeah. I was like, oh, okay.
Because when the votes were getting read out, my vote was the last one that was read out for Rancy, and it was 4-3 then. So I'm like, oh, maybe he's gone, and maybe 3 people voted for me, but no, it wasn't the case.
Rip.
Yeah.
I think there's all sort of things that was, I guess, littered throughout the edit where you can just point to people making awesome moves that you didn't even realize was going on.
Yeah, there was so much, like, obviously didn't get further, but like as far as I've seen it as well when I was like filming, there's so much stuff I've seen happening and people were like weren't even aware of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're all like pretty much next to each other, so it was very surprising that that's how it played out.
It's a weird experience editing to be aware of almost everything. So yeah, and filming as well. Yeah.
I have a question. Who scared you the most from looking at the cast? For me, it was Jason Hatt. I don't know if it was the fedora, but I just got Russell Hantz vibes. So I was like, no, come away.
Yeah.
Jason, did you expect that?
You know, my strategy right at the beginning was just to play under the radar. And I think what ended up happening, I was so boring that everybody just thought, oh, we've got to get rid of this guy. It's not...
Audition video. It was so good.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Disappointing that I didn't get further. For sure.
Yeah, a lot of us were, I guess. Yeah, definitely the best application video out of anyone, I have to say.
That was an amazing application video.
Yeah. Tara also had an interesting one about trying to bring fake idols into the game and plant them on people.
No, I didn't. Well, yeah, at first I was like wanting to bring fake idols into the game, but then when you said I couldn't do that, I just my main idea was to get a real idol and plant that on people because that's the most believable thing to do. But yeah, I didn't really get any good enough equipment to make a convincing idol. I feel like the thing CM found was a way better, like, what was that? Where did you find that? Because that was actually good for a fake idol.
Oh, the like, do you mean the medallion or the parchment?
Yeah, like where the heck did that come from?
It was like randomly, like Jake and I were sitting around at Zerang, and it was just like wedged in between these two bits of wood, and it was just like, hey, we could make this into a fake idol. And like Jake grabbed the string and like tried to wrap it around the medallion. And if we like had a bit more time to like, I don't know, like if we could find something that could make the string stick to the medallion, it would have looked awesome. Like it would have been totally believable.
Yeah, it did. It looked good. Like I would have bought it, not knowing what the idol was like.
This was the fake idol that you made, Chris, that like wasn't shown before Tara got voted out.
That's
Hoping
right,
for Tara to find it.
No, yeah, this is a completely different idol. This is like on the first couple of, like maybe the second morning. Like, I guess so. Like, the first morning where, yeah, like we were just sitting around. We'd won a challenge. Jake and I were like Jake, myself, maybe like Jason Muscles as well. We're sitting around. Oh, sorry, not Jason Muscles. Do you remember that one, Jake?
I thought it was Natalie, you and I.
Okay.
Or was it Jason Hatt? I can't
remember. Hey, but yeah.
Jason Hatt, do you remember? Okay.
No.
All right.
Okay, good chat.
Oh, you know what? I have a question for Jason. How do you feel about being called Jason Hat when most of the time you're not wearing a hat?
Yeah, I think it kind of confused a lot of people. And, you know, there's also two Nicks on the other tribe. So maybe I was actually hoping I was on the other tribe because I like Rancy and Nick, which is a bit confusing because I said, hopefully they're not on the same, two Nicks on the same tribe. But
imagine if we put like both Jasons, both Nicks on the same tribe, and then we just have like an alliance with the Jasons and Nicks.
Yeah, I think that would have worked.
Opportunity. Missed opportunity.
How did you divide the tribes, Liz?
Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting because switched around a bit, right? Because like the kind of primary thing is like prior relationships. Who knows who? You know, got to split people up. Split up Jake and Nick. Split up Em and Ange. split up Steph and Ingrid, and Chris and Tara, and Calvin and Jason, a few duos around. But Ingrid and Liam ended up on the same tribe, even though they know each other. Which was just because Liam was a last minute fill-in. But yeah, another way that I put people into tribes was based on vibe. Whether I felt like they were more of like a green person or more of a purple person.
Okay.
So I was looking to know if people disagree with their placement. But there were some people I felt very strongly about. Like I very strongly felt that I strongly felt that Ingrid was a purple person and that Tara was a green person.
Green's my favorite color. My room is green, you know.
Oh my god, Tara, green's my favorite color too.
Dude, we already spoke about this back on the mat. We both
It was so long ago.
Yeah, it really was.
We were destined for the ladder.
Yeah.
Andrew's another definite like green person, like got green vibes from her. And I think same as Nick. And then the rest, I think I just mainly got green vibes from people. And then like people with Tara, I was just like, oh, whoever's left. But yeah.
I want to know how Calvin and Jason knew to show up in the correct colors.
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah. He did.
Well, Jason was wearing like a maroony type singlet.
It was very purple.
It still works.
Yeah, okay. I hadn't even thought about that. That's interesting. Yeah, it was meant to be.
Yeah.
I obviously knew we would be on the same starting tribe. That was like a given. But I regret asking him to come play, to be honest. That was all me.
My room's green now.
But if we didn't have him, would we have even like had a season? I guess someone would have gone to exile probably. We would have done some.
But I wouldn't have. I feel like he put my name out there for the merge boot, and I wouldn't have been the merge boot. Maybe, I don't know, unless it's the way it was edited. But
I think maybe.
Yeah.
But people were talking about they were talking about voting for you before, like on the other tribe.
I remember
Like,
Jason coming to me being like, let's vote Calvin out. And my first thought was, no, let's not do it. And then it was like, I thought about it for some more. And it's one of my regrets. I think I should have waited to vote you out. I thought about it some more. I'm like, if there's a time to do a big move and a big boot, it would have been now. So I just did it. So he sort of had the words. I, at least from my perspective, sort of put things into motion.
Yeah, I legit meant it when I was like, me, you, Jason, Nick, and Liam and Tara. Like Tara was like that like sixth person, and like I don't know what it would have done with Tara, but I meant like final five with you guys, and I was a bit like,
yeah, I feel like, yeah, because I just didn't trust you.
No, it's fair.
But
like, it's fair.
and I feel like had you come, I don't know, we'd spoken for a little bit longer, maybe I would have been like, okay, yeah, but I just like didn't. Yeah, but I think I should have held off on that. But
but like either way, if you voted me anyway, like there was no way that I wasn't going home with that vote.
Yeah,
like,
true.
In retrospect, really.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, we should have targeted Rancy, damn it.
Always me. It's always me you guys have to target.
You
were like the third on the list. It was like, for me, it was like Emily goes, then Chris goes, then Rancy goes. And then Emily got immunity, and then so
Emily, do you remember this? But there was one round where you're like, "Oh, Rancy, your name is coming up," and then you went to get it off. I was like, "I'm shit at challenges, get it off," and then your name started coming up instead.
I don't remember that. But then again, I remember that my name came up every time I didn't have the necklace around my neck. So
Can I just ask a question, Carl? Why do you want to target Emily? Because you haven't met him at that point.
that's exactly right. I had no relationship with Emily. That's why.
Okay.
Same with Chris. Like, I didn't have enough time to form any bonds. Jake, I wanted to work with just because of Ingrid. Like Ingrid was putting in a good word for Jake, and they were the only three that I didn't work with. So yeah, that's the only reason really. And Rancy, I wanted to target because of like us trying to split the votes on him prior, I guess.
Yeah.
From memory, I was trying to get a bit of intel on the other tribe, and Ange was saying, "Don't trust Emily."
Yeah, I'm sorry, Emily. I felt so bad after that. Like, I was scared of you because I knew you were so good, and so then I'm sorry.
And then you telling me about it, and I'm going, oh no, no. What have you done? And you're going, oh, shouldn't I have? And I'm going, no, it was good. That was a good move, but now I've got to work out how to get this off my.
Yeah, no, that was
Can
I
we just
thought
talk
you played
about-
an awesome game, Emily.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Emily did play a good game.
Yeah, very strong.
I think for someone that was on the chopping block so much merge, and then won so many immunities, like looking back at it, maybe it was wrong that people didn't vote for her. Like, it's one thing to be able to get to the end without like being unseen, and then like to get to the end like while being like a big target is huge. I don't know. Maybe we should have voted for Emily. Sorry, Jake.
I agree. I definitely expected at least 1 or 2 votes on Emily. I was surprised that she didn't. But even the jury seemed more interested in Nick and I's game. Like there was people who weren't even asking Emily questions, and I was like, why? Like,
yeah.
Why didn't the jury ask Emily more questions? Actually, that's a question for the jury.
I was so fixated on like Nick winning because like he was my original alliance, you know, like even though I'd heard some like things, I was like, well, I don't know, I can't vote for Jake or Emily because I only played with them for 1 round.
Yeah,
that was my basic reasoning, really. I don't know about everyone else's, but
For me,
I spent like 6 rounds with Nick and like 1 round with Jake and Emily. So.
Yeah.
For me, it was just like I was really excited to hear Em pitch at Final Tribal Council. I was going into it like leaning more towards Jake or Nick, but I was excited to hear Em speak. But from my perspective, Em just didn't pitch the way I would have liked to see her pitch it, because there was a big like leaning into challenge ability, and whilst you were the ultimate challenge threat in the game, to me, I can't cast a vote just based on like challenge performances. Like I really can't bring myself to do that. And there was at times there were like strange pitches that you made, and like rewatching it back now, I can see why I remembered that it was sort of strange. Just like saying that you were like a reliable vote, like a loyal vote. It didn't really, despite you actually having agency within the game, your Final Tribal Council didn't articulate that for me, and I couldn't really tell from my point of view, especially since I didn't work with you that much in the game, so I couldn't know the strategic things that you were doing if you didn't say it at Final Tribal. That's it.
I want to know from the pre-jury, like who you would have voted for, maybe like when you were watching from behind the scenes or after watching it through.
I would have voted for Nick on the spot, but watching it, I would have voted for Jake.
Okay.
Anyone else have opinions?
I probably would have voted for Nick because we were like from Galata, but then watching it back, Emily. Sorry, Jake. I just didn't really know you're not. And look, you and I went out when it should have been you. No, not really.
I was so pissed that round. I wanted Tara gone. I was like, who is this lady? She is meant to do this. But she's away, by the way. I want to work with Angela so much, but she was just like, I'm not flipping. Like, can I work with her? Fuck. So I'm sorry for beating you, but I heard you did really well on the trial, so congrats on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And the Emily and Ant saga continues.
It does.
Oh, Emily, you play that too.
Yeah.
How'd you go?
Ange decided that it was actually better to vote me out than keep me along.
That was a hard vote. That vote was so hard.
Those who don't
Oh,
know.
no, that's because Bailey was so convincing. In the end, I realized he was so untrustworthy. Like, I shouldn't have voted.
I told you.
Yeah, no, you were right. See, again, like,
Exactly. Go with me. It works.
Yeah, no, I've learned.
I was trying to get Bailey to play his idol at that point for me.
For you.
Yeah.
He was
and
tight
then
with you. He wasn't going to let you go. Like, he just...
No. We were pretty tight that game.
Yeah.
And then the twist. But we don't talk about the twist because this is a different game.
Let me explain this. People don't know about this. Like, aside from the 2 seasons that we've done that have been filmed, we also do seasons that aren't filmed, which are just over a day in a park. And there was one we did over in the western suburbs. We had Josh and we had Ange and we had Emily and we had a bunch of other people, and there were a lot of people who knew each other, and stuff like that. And yeah, that's what we're talking. That's what we're talking about right now. Yeah, good times. Oh, and we've had a few other ones. So, like, for people who are applying for season 3, like, applications are still open, by the way. A few people have asked if they've closed. They haven't. I just haven't really been posting about it. But they are open, aiming for April 9th to 11th. And some people in here will be on crew doing some organizing stuff. Particularly, I think, Josh and Vince, who have worked on the trial games as well. It's
We've been using lockdown to our advantage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, making challenges and stuff. Becoming the next Keegan.
Nobody can replace Keegan.
Yeah, it's very big to live up to.
Yeah, like we're completely different sizes, and me jumping over fences wouldn't be as graceful as Keegan jumping over fences.
He's mental. That Final 5 challenge demonstration, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Wow.
By the time he was at the end of the challenge, I'd still be jumping over the fences. Like,
yeah. Adam has a question. He's asking if Ranty turned his perception around for being least deserving from the Touchy Subjects Challenge to Final 5 when he was voted out.
I feel like we had that question before.
Sort of, yeah. I think the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Does anyone disagree or
in the game? But I don't know about the jury. What was the jury thinking at that point at Final 5?
I would have voted Rancy, I think, if you pitched it well enough. Yeah. I would have voted anyone at Final 5.
Yeah.
I think.
Even Chris.
Yeah, I said it coming into, it might have been it was either Final 5 or Final 4, where I was like, no, Chris had an idol play, he played it right. Yeah, and I said I would consider voting for Chris. Yeah, I would have voted for anyone at Final 5, I think.
I actually thought I used that to my advantage. Well, I tried to anyway. Use it to my advantage that Calvin would be the first person on the jury. He'd be so bitter and he'd poison the jury against me. But really, the whole time I thought, Cal's a gamer. He's a big Survivor fan. If I pitched it well enough to him, especially playing the idol to get him out, I definitely thought Cal could have been one of the votes that I could have got.
That would have been pretty cool. For you to be like, I'm not voting for you to win, and then to do it.
But I want to put it out there though. I was rooting for you to get voted out.
Definitely.
After I got voted out, and then when I realized you weren't going to get voted out, I was like, oh, okay, so maybe I have to consider actually voting for this guy. And then that's when I started to piece it together, and I was like, well, you know what, maybe he is worthy. So, yeah, that would have been cool though. Come full circle, me hating on you to me voting for you. That would have been cool.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I'll say about the final fight. I think it shows in like that last episode. Everyone was like, I don't know who to go with except probably Chris. He was like, I've got mine locked in, but I had no idea who I actually wanted to go up against because I think it was quite close. Like it was legitimately a very close final five.
Yeah, for sure. Everyone had faces, definitely.
Everyone had like multiple final threes, I think.
Did anybody have like any like personality clashes with anyone, or
maybe early on?
Like early on? Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you go.
I think me and Vince didn't get off to a good start. I think it wasn't so much a clash, but we didn't really
talk. Yeah, we didn't talk
at all. But we had a nice little chat about our mothers. It wasn't in the show or anything, but like I was gonna work with Vince. Especially.
Yeah, me too. I was like, why didn't I start talking to you so early? Like we should start talking early.
Yeah.
But yeah, missed opportunity.
Yeah. Next time.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I personally think everyone's great here, but like I feel like there are people that more so like I naturally clash with people. So like I know Nick is someone that just like could not vibe with me like at all, and I'm interested to hear as to why, because like bro, I was chill with you on my end.
Tara, can I say something? He hated your shelter, so it's probably the reason.
My shelter, that was the perfect opportunity to go off and talk strategy. There was more point to the shelter than just
No, I like the shelter, but yeah, never mind. I'll let Nick answer it.
I don't know. You're just really full on, and I guess that was hard after a 12-hour drive down to Melbourne. But I don't know. After the game, I've seen you play online and stuff, and I really like you now. So during the game, it was
a cop-out answer. That seems like a real cop-out answer.
Yeah.
Look,
we'll go with that.
Everyone going into the game is very like timid and shy, and then Tara comes along and she's just full force, and sometimes she's talking, she's like looking like this, scheming on her mind, she's thinking like 20 things at once, and it's like, holy shit, what is she thinking? And so even for me, I was a little bit scared of you, but I think in the end I was like, she's all right. The True Alliance, I love this. So I think you at first, like it just got me a little bit. She's very intense.
Yes.
Yes. I don't know about it. I'm sorry.
No. It's all fun and cool and great.
But
here's the thing though, like I wish like, because I saw like hints of like personality clashes in the edit, but I wish we all went a little more like I wish we were asked questions like who you're not vibing with at all, sort of thing, because I really wanted that tea to come out in the edit a bit more, but it didn't really. Slightly did, like when Vince called Rancy creepy.
I mean, he's not wrong.
No, because he was spying on us. Sorry.
When was he spying?
Nick Wilson. I was doing a Nick Wilson, just joining into conversations.
Wait, Tara, can I ask you? So if you don't like, or Nick, so why we together like in the first stage, like
you cut out sense.
Sorry. So if you guys are not vibing, but why are you guys working together like in the first two votes?
I was the glue.
Yeah. Calvin was the glue.
Yeah, Calvin. Well, here's the thing. I on my end, I didn't really have a problem with Nick. It was just more like I couldn't read him. We were on just very different like wavelengths entirely. Like I got that we were on different wavelengths, but I think it was more like Nick not wanting to work with me than me not wanting to work with Nick, because I definitely wanted to work with Nick like a lot, like all the time, but he didn't want to work with me. But yeah, good stuff. Very funny.
It's weird, yeah, because I thought you three after the Joshua, I thought you three are really solid together.
No, see,
so I didn't actually, yeah.
Like my next closest ally, Vince. Like it was like Cal and then you, but I suppose just like based on my connection to Cal, it might have seemed like it would be Nick, like in theory, but it wasn't really. It would have been you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to be heading off in 5 minutes because I'm playing in a Mafia game and I'm copping some heat right now. So does anyone have any questions before I go? Just to clarify anything? I don't know.
Calvin is town. Don't vote him out. No.
Were you planning to play an idol on me regardless? Like,
if you had have said to me like, play your idol for me, I think you probably could have convinced me. But otherwise no.
Yeah. Okay.
But if you had really pushed for it, I think I would have. Yeah. Because that would have. Yeah.
It's hard because you were asking me when people are voting. So in my mind, I was like, well, if you ask me that, people know that you're not going to play it for me. So I was like, okay, talk later. And then when the time comes, I just froze. And then it's like, okay. I mean, I was thinking like, it's your idol, so I don't want to force you to do anything.
I had a feeling votes would come. Sorry, Liz?
Oh, sorry. This is just how we know that like Vince will be great on production, because like he actually like followed the rules.
Yeah. No, I knew. I had a feeling Vince was getting votes, and I should have really thought about it in retrospect. But Jason has he has no filter. Like in our everyday life, like I'll tell him a story, like when we were living together, like you get quite personal with people, and I tell him like something going on in my personal life, and then we're sitting in a group situation, and he's like, "Oh, by the way, this happened to Calvin," and I'm like, "Fucking shut up." So when he told me that like votes were coming for Vince, I was like, "Ooh, are they really though?" And like I should have known that he wasn't lying. So yeah, like if Vince had pushed it, I probably would have.
I think you told me, watching back, you told me that they are coming for me, and for I just didn't register at all that.
I should have. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it would have all played out differently. It probably would have brought some trust with you as well. I know we had sort of our differences. I didn't fully trust you. You didn't fully trust me. So I think playing an idol would have brought us closer together, and it would have, the game would have played out a little bit differently, I guess.
Speaking about being close together,
yes.
No, that's right. All right. I was going to ask a question, but I can't.
Yes, you kept me warm, Josh. You kept me warm.
Was that like a mechanism to make me feel safe in the game?
I was freezing my tits off that night. Like I was so cold. And then the minute we like sort of like went back to back, and I was like, oh, warm. Like, no, there was no game strategy in that at all.
That's all good.
It was just survival.
Wait, did you cuddle him knowing that you're gonna vote him out next?
Yeah.
I don't actually know if I had anyone in mind at that point. I don't think so. Because I had that aligned. Me, Tara, and Nick were aligned with everyone at that stage. So it was more just like, we'll play it out. Like if we have to go to tribal, then we'll work out what to do. But at that stage, we were aligned with everyone. So yeah, no, I hadn't thought about that. But yeah, no, it was just purely survival, nothing else. I was cold.
So good.
So someone's asked a little while ago if Americans can compete. The answer is no, not legally, but if you were able to get down here in the future, then we would not say no. Yeah.
Oh, like if you were to come all the way from America to play an Australian Survivor game.
Yeah, there's so many American ones. Like
go ahead.
Go look up, literally like every state has a fan-made Survivor game. Just look up your state.
Maybe they just really like you as a host.
Yeah.
Well, I hope if he does come down here, they're not disappointed. Keegan is asking Calvin, are you Mafia?
Well, there's someone in the game who is in this call, so maybe not.
Who is it?
Well, who is it?
Yeah.
Melbourne's town. Don't vote him out.
Jake's playing well. Jake's playing
Oh,
well.
that way he's
so-
just disappeared.
I know, but I'm still not going to reveal my secrets. They could be good. They could be bad. I don't know. Yeah. And Keegan's mentoring someone, I'm pretty sure. I'm fucking telling you shit.
You talking shit?
Talking about Mafia, Jake. Nothing too you know, out there. But, you know.
What's fucking Mafia?
Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go because I feel like I should jump in for Mafia. But it's been great to see some of your faces that I haven't seen since the game, and then there's ones that I've formed bonds with a lot since then. Love you all. I think you're all great people. I know I was a cunt to you, Jake, but you're okay. I love you. No. Anyway, yeah, enjoy the rest of the reunion, guys.
Love you, Cal. Go on, you, mate.
Bye. See ya.
Bye.
Yeah. People asking about Jason Muscles. He might be joining us. Not sure.
Has there been a ghost floating around? Does anyone else know?
Yeah. So a bit of chainmail in this chat. If it's, I think probably it's got to everyone at this point. Everyone getting a message.
Who started that?
I think I know who started it.
It's Tara, I think.
I mean, it's obviously Tara.
Who didn't get it? Who didn't get it? Did anyone not get it? The ghost of Jason Muscles.
I think we all got it.
Yeah, nice. Hell
Please
yeah.
forward this to 2 other people in the call for free dreadlocks. I didn't actually. Go forward.
Do you want to send it to 2 people or?
I send it to 2 people eventually.
Oh, Chris.
There's Jason.
What questions have you got for me?
My question for you, Jason, is how drunk were you when you came to the game? Because I remember when we were sleeping, I was sleeping right next to you and I could smell alcohol on your
Mate, I was hammered. Absolutely smashed. Calvin and I sunk about 10 before we came.
Didn't they drive to the location?
That doesn't matter, Vince. Don't tell anyone, all right?
I've got a question. How did everyone find sleeping at the location? Because I didn't think it'd be that bad, but I thought it was so bad in the end. I was so upset. I was like, fuck this. I want to go home.
I was warm for reasons. Yeah. Yeah.
I've slept in worse places, so it was okay.
Oh.
Where have you slept?
I've fallen asleep in the back of a fire truck.
Oh, that's unique.
I think the second night was better, especially when Ingrid and I found the table.
I feel so good.
The table you
worried
guys slept on.
about people falling off the table, but it was really good to wake up and actually find that you're still there.
Yes, I agree. I
Should
think
have
the
fallen off
worst
that
part.
table. I wish you guys fell off that table. after overhearing you guys, like I was sleeping right next to you, overhearing you guys like talking smack about me in the early like morning, I was like, I wish they rolled off that table. How dare you? You people, so mean.
Yeah, I think the worst part about the sleeping for me was like I didn't really sleep for any extended period of time, but I would just sort of like lay there waiting for like the crew to come and be like, when are they going to end this trauma?
Yeah.
getting like basically no sleep, but just like at any slight sound or movement, be like, is it over? Is it over?
I was
Yeah,
like
just like-
looking at the sun. I was like, come on,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
I think there was one point where I was about to drop off, and then somebody asked me a question, so then it all started again.
Did anyone do the morning confessional that first night after the first night? Just
Yeah.
waking up
I can't remember.
and just shivering in the cold. Oh,
It was the people who talked about the snoring.
yeah.
Yeah,
the
I think that was
snoring.
me.
Ugh.
I did it
Yes,
while I was
yes,
still wrapped in my sleeping bag.
I think everyone did.
That was great.
So season 3 will be even harder because it's in April. We're way
Yeah.
cooler.
You have fire if you manage to get it going. So
That's true.
Oh.
be fire.
Wait,
But
did we not have fire last time?
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
Oh.
Otherwise, Tara would shut up about building a fire.
So all I wanted to do was just build a fire. Like I wouldn't have built that shelter if we had a fire. Like I just wanted to build the biggest fire.
You knew how to make fire from just like wood, then you could have made one by yourself.
No, I definitely don't know how to make a fire.
that was March. Like we were not allowed to make fires. Would have so much dry grass over there.
Yeah.
It'd just be like.
We're actually turning into an actual survivor. Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna get burned.
Alright. Adam is asking if Calvin stole the footage of his 2 idols misplayed. Obviously, like Calvin's gone now, but I don't think he did that because he was definitely the person who was like most upset that that footage was gone. So
I think it's good that the footage is gone for him, to be honest. Like, you wouldn't want to have that as footage, playing 2 idols incorrectly.
yeah, but I think it's the pulling in them out that he was
Yeah.
disappointed by. Because that was pretty cool tribal. But we
Yeah,
didn't
it
have
was actually.
any footage of the people doing their things. But it worked out all right in the end with the comedy of it, I guess.
Yeah.
Zooming in on people's smiling faces.
Yeah.
Good times. All right. Adam also asks if Emily has watched Survivor since this season aired.
No.
Or started.
Still haven't.
I think that's probably the same for Jason Muscles.
And me.
I don't think his opinion of the show has changed, but he is catching up on this season apparently, as in on Melbourne Survivor. So even Survivor haters love our show. It's great.
It really is. What was your favorite tribal council as host? Emily's favorite.
Oh, okay. In the moment, I really didn't like. I didn't like the tribal council outcome of Vince being voted out. I was very sad about that as well because what? Yeah, you too. Yeah. Because but I was just really mad at Liam because I was like, why didn't you flip? I was so like annoyed because I was like, hey, people, gonna like vote for you, whatever. I don't know. I'm always a big advocate of people flipping at a tribe swap, as people know.
So Liz, so you're annoyed because Liam didn't do a flipping instead of me going home. Yeah. Is that correct?
I was very sad for you to be voted out.
I'm joking.
Sad for people watching and stuff. Because you're such like an iconic kind of like person, like with your banana shirt and stuff. Like you were someone who I guess that was part of your downfall. But yeah. And well, yeah, but that tribal was pretty cool tribal with you guys like pulling out idols and stuff. Yeah, but I mean, definitely my favorite one is the merge one. Even though when we were filming it, I was like, I can't concentrate on my words because there is this pop music blaring from this scout camp that's not supposed to be there on the other side of the oval. Yeah, I think just editing that and being able to put in the epic tribal music, it was just great. Just big props to Vince for thinking of putting the idol in the fire pit, and then Steph drawing a little tribal council fire drawing on the back.
I didn't know you guys made that up. That's so cool.
Yeah, literally, like everyone who was voted out had did something after they were voted out.
I made the sign, but all I can stare at is how the middle bit isn't coloured in because I don't know why. I think it took too long.
Wow, that's cool.
Oh yeah, the Ponderosa sign.
The pond, it just looks like Ponderosa from far away.
Good old Ponderosa.
Yeah.
Question for Liam: if you did flip on that tribal council when Vince went home, who would you have voted for?
Look, I can't remember what I can't even remember who was sitting there next to me at that council anymore. Let alone
It's me. It's
what I would have done.
Liam. Liam.
The Vince leaving. I'm not too sure. I
don't think Liam has any option besides me or Natalie.
Oh yeah, no, I had no idea what was going on, right? Like I
wanted Natalie gone because of like the clothings like that, but I wanted to at least because I wasn't sure how safe I was with there being a recent flip, that I thought it'd be safer to get a numbers on that tribe so that once I tried to aim for Natalie, I would at least be safe for the next tribal. So unfortunately, Vince, it was more to sort of plan up for the Natalie boot rather than direct attack at you.
Now, don't apologize because I would do the same thing. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, the Natalie boot, like it's so weird because like when I was hosting it, like not really knowing what was going on, I was so shook. I was really like shocked that someone from the majority, the tribe that was in the majority got voted out. And then afterwards, you guys were like, "Oh no, that was like the most obvious vote." And then in the episode ends up being like the shortest, and it's like, yeah, there's no real like alternative to it. But yeah, when I was so there was votes that I was like happy at because I was like, this is a cool like narrative. And then after I'm like, oh yeah, that was actually kind of sad. That would have sucked for people getting voted out. But yeah, good times.
Hey Tara, what was your ideal final three? Because I don't think you've said that, and I would be so intrigued to know. Like, would you go up against Calvin, Rancy? Like, I don't know.
I would have gone with whoever gave me the plan that got me to that point, which was no one.
I know, but who would, like, ideally, if you could just have your guaranteed final three, who would you have sit next to you, and for what reason?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even think about like ideally, because my whole issue was that I wasn't finding a way to get to the end. I would have happily sat next to pretty much anyone. Like I think maybe Jason Muscles and Rancy. Maybe that was ideal. But I would have happily sat there with Calvin. I've told Cal that. So that, like, I feel like that would have been more the person I end up with if I ended up playing deeper into the game somehow. I feel like I needed Calvin to be able to do that. So I would have happily made a deal to sit with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Easy. How about you, Ingrid? Would you have taken me to the final three?
No way. I don't know. I was thinking about this. I'm not entirely sure who I would pick. I think possibly in the moment I would have taken you, but with the 2020 vision that hindsight provides, absolutely not. Yeah, I don't know if I can answer that. I think I don't know. I don't know. That's a lame answer, but I don't know if I could specifically say who I would have taken.
Okay. Does anyone know who they would have taken to the final three if they could choose anyone?
You guys know mine.
Emily and Rancy.
Yes.
I reckon I would
trying
have
to
tried
bring
to.
together.
I would have tried to get Jason Muscles there.
If I had a chance, Jason Hatt, my boy.
Hey. That short-lived final three of Chris, Jason, and Liam.
Yeah.
The moss gatherers.
But like, I'm intrigued to hear like what people's answers are to Jake's question, like, especially people that made the jury.
If you remember.
Probably who I would have wanted at the point of time in being around jury would have been like around that merge time. I would have wanted it to be Chris and Calvin.
Calvin?
Yeah.
Chris
What's
and
that?
Calvin.
Okay.
Wow.
Why
I
Calvin?
was really close to Calvin. I sort of wasn't too certain on Tara. And I really was close to Chris, but my biggest mistake was sort of being like, not confronting him and going, why do you suddenly not trust me now that we're back to merge?
Yeah. my big regret as well, man.
Oh.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I don't know if we have any other questions here. A few things. Bree thinks Cal is super sus. We've got some stuff about the trial. Bailey killing it. Good on you, Bailey. Oh yeah, someone asked way back how long each round was in real life. And I don't actually remember. I can bring up the schedule, but I don't really remember. Does anyone remember?
Probably like an hour-ish, including the whole tribal challenge and a little bit, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It's weird because if you won the challenge, it felt like forever, and if you didn't win and you were like going through the voting, it felt like time went just like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's interesting. Whenever anyone on a real Survivor thing is like, oh, I just didn't like have the time to like process the information and like do this thing, I'm like, I got no sympathy for you. You had hours. These guys had like 30 seconds to think of this. But yeah, I'm sure we'd all majorly struggle on the real show.
Yeah.
Given how much one night can suck in the cold.
Yeah, the scrambling was crazy, like especially at merge where nothing was certain, like no one knew really where they were going to go. It was just insane.
A lot of split-second decisions.
Yeah.
Question. You go.
I was just saying we have two events.
Question for Tara. Do you regret not sticking with the 5, which is Rancy, myself, Chris, Emily, and
It's like, no, not at all.
The only like thing I think what if is that like maybe I stuck with you guys and was actually loyal to that. I think there was a chance I could like do well in those final few challenges. But from what I understand, the only person I don't really know a concrete answer from is from you, Jake. Like, would you have taken me like further than final 6?
Oh yeah, 100%. Final 5, you were gone.
Right, that's the thing. Like, I feel like I was at the bottom of that. So for me, jumping towards the other side was like not a big decision to me because I could tell I wasn't high in those ranks. But
But I just felt like we were so solid, and you just jumped the gun straight away. I was like, "What? Where'd you go?" I was like, "Shit!" And I was
I
so
wasn't
low on that.
I just like knew I was at the bottom, despite like how like gung-ho I was about like you all sticking together. I was just like, even if these people stick together with me, I'm still at the bottom. So I'd rather chance myself with the others that weren't in it than with you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rip. I keep getting lost which one's Vince.
Real Vince.
I'm on my phone, so I didn't know everyone had the background change. So
We're all Vince.
Should I also change our names to Vince, and then anyone who's been watching and then has gone away a bit and come back?
It's Vincenity.
Jason.
Jason.
All right, we're doing this.
Who was everyone's biggest rival?
Jake.
Yeah.
I can say that.
Emily and Rancy were my biggest rival.
I would say my one's Rancy too, in the end.
I have to say Cal for me.
Makes sense.
Gosh, Rancy, you're the villain.
Yeah, make some enemies. I always make enemies.
Would anyone play again if they got the chance?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In a second.
No.
Why not?
You want to host, right?
No, not really.
Production, as in, well, like production stuff, you know, like
Yeah. Sorry.
In conclusion, yes. Okay. Mitch has some questions for us. Mitch, who was on production, filming all these guys' confessionals and stuff. He's got a bunch. Okay.
Oh. Wow.
He's asking how Jake is basically hosting this, and I reckon like we should do that for like next season. We should have like the winner of the previous season like hosting the next one. But we'll go back to Toby, because like Toby is like hosted his own, so he can host season 3, and then you can do season 4, and then the winner of season 3 can host season 5 if we get there.
We'll get there.
All right.
It will happen.
Oh, okay. What was everyone's favorite part after being voted out?
The food.
Food.
The food.
Yeah.
You know what was interesting? After I got voted out, I did not check my phone for another 2 hours. Like I could not give a stuff about my phone. Like that was the thing that I did not miss at all out there. The phone. Like it was like, okay, I see it there. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to look at it.
Yeah.
The only reason I touched my phone was to film. Like I didn't use it for like phone calls or talking to
I
many
didn't
people.
have time.
No, not really. Like
I was filming the whole time.
it was full on.
Yeah.
It was good though.
Yeah. Any like theorizing, like, because like there was a lot of talk with like the pre-jury about, you know, what was going on and stuff, and I was impressed that we didn't really have to like police you guys, like you didn't, you know, spread information or anything like that. But what was like maybe a theory that you guys had in talking at Ponderosa, if you have any?
I think we mainly just talk about how suck we are in the game.
Regret. It was fun. Like it was fun to try the challenges and the tribals and trying to guess what was happening. I thought it was really fun.
Yeah.
Nice. Was there anyone you were like cheering for, like right as you got voted out?
Chris.
Hey.
Oh boy.
Car Alliance. Hey.
Yeah, buddy.
And then he got the idol, and I was very excited.
Yeah, that was a crazy moment. It was just like so much adrenaline and everything like that. Oh.
Yeah, when he grabbed it, and I was like near the dead spider too. There's like a dead spider hanging from.
Oh, the clue. Yeah. I remember like grabbing it and then looking over at like Vince, and like Vince was like whispering, he's like, "Oh, like looking over at me." I was just like,
Yeah, I think Vince was one of the people who like came to me with all like this information. It was like Vince and maybe like Mitch were like, "Oh, this is happening and this is happening," and I'd be like, "Oh, wow, okay." Like, I found the clue, and like he was the person who people were targeting. I was like, people were targeting Chris. What?
Yeah, crazy how it happens, hey.
Yeah.
Can I ask for a better storyline? That's for sure.
True. We got another question of what did you guys do to prepare for the game? Was there anything you did? Some people did stuff. Chris, you were talking about.
Yeah, just like practiced on the ball thing, and I listened to the podcast that you made, like trying to I think with Cable. And I was just trying to see if there's any information I could get from that, and yeah.
I went a little crazy. I was so excited. I watched season 1 back to back, recorded all the challenges, practiced a few of them. I stalked a few people who liked the comments, so I knew Tara before she actually got to the game. I was like, oh, okay, this girl likes cats. If I thought if I could be talking about cats, I don't know. I was like, I'm so keen to do this. I want to win. And I remember I was like doing this with Chris with the bouncing the ball as well in the backyard. So I was like full going crazy. Sorry for stalking you, Tara. But
How did you know I was gonna be playing?
I think you were talking to some guy starting with R. You've talked to him throughout the game.
Stephen Reed?
Yeah, it was Stephen Reed.
Oh.
Yeah,
Shout out to the
I was
king.
stalking him too.
Legend. My boy and
I watched Backyard Survivor.
Oh.
So many Melbourne Survivor overlaps. Search
Yeah.
Backyard Survivor YouTube. There's a new season coming soon. So may or may not have been part of.
What was that, sorry?
New season coming.
Of what?
Backyard
Oh, yeah,
Survivor.
that's so keen for that.
As in new season airing, not new season taking place. Sadly. Yeah, anyone else have any answers to that question that I forgot what it was?
What did we do before that question?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I had about 2 to 3 days before to prepare, and so I just I did nothing. So
did you read the rules?
I read the rules. Yeah, spent the rest of it choosing which hat to wear. So
well, you made an excellent choice. Like that panda hat is iconic.
Iconic.
Some people are big fans of the panda hat.
Shout out to Ashley.
Yay, Ashley's just biggest fan. Keeps asking when Steph coming back from Edge of Extinction. Yeah, no Edge of Extinction planned for season 3, just in case anyone thought that might be a thing when applying. Steering away from that. We got someone asking what the editing process was like, and how was it so good? And the person who's asking that is Connick, who edited season 1, and is a big part of why the editing this season even happened, with me constantly asking him questions about how to do things. So the answer to that is you. Chung, it's you.
Iconic.
But also time. Yeah, sorry, Ange?
I was just saying hi, Connick.
Hey! Yeah, Connick's great. He'll probably be around for season 3, and you might get to meet him. As well as a bunch of all these other people, if you come join. Yeah. I feel like we've probably run out of questions unless anyone has like burning things they need to say, or like get off their chest or ask.
I would say probably one of my biggest regrets was not meeting the guy who was recording Galada. Apparently he was amazing.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, people always talk about him, and I'm like, who is this guy?
Yeah, he never went to our camp.
He was fantastic. He took so many photos of us. And
I remember him. He was cool.
really friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I might have to head off just for about 20 minutes so I can defend Calvin, but I'll be back on later on. All right, I'll be right back.
Jake is town. Don't phone Jake out.
I think on that note, I might also actually have to go. I won't come back, but it's been really lovely to see everyone. And
Great to see you,
reminisce. It's been good times. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing well and is staying safe. Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
Ingrid.
Bye,
Bye.
Well, since there are so many Vince out here, I think I might need to go as well. I haven't had dinner yet. Sorry. All right. Thanks. Nice seeing everyone. Thank you so much.
Hey, Vince.
Bye.
See ya.
Legend.
Bye.
Bye, Vince.
I'll miss you.
I'm gonna
That's
join
right.
that bandwagon as well.
Vince
I've
is
got to
still
leave.
here.
I've got to do some stuff. So it was good to see you all again. Goodbye.
Bye, Natalie.
This is really awkward. They clearly just like were not enjoying themselves and have to go.
Oh, I didn't see you there, Tara. I thought that was Liam. This is so trippy.
We might start wrapping up. Someone can interrupt me if they really need to say something. But
Wait,
yeah,
the banter gang is here. We need to like have a bit more banter.
Yes.
Okay.
Can we all just
what?
To end on a really like united note? Can we all become Vince just to end on like a really united note?
I don't know how to do.
This makes trying to send
Become
someone a
Vince.
message really difficult.
To be Vince, you have to just embrace bananas. Like,
Wait, I'll send you guys something in Sniffer.
We've revealed the
And also,
secret channel.
maybe we can talk about Sniffer.
Yes.
That's like the best part of the finale.
Yeah, we need to talk about Sniffer.
Wait.
Someone can explain. Tara, you know it well.
I'm so confused who sent me a message.
Who's Sniffer is just the spirit. Sorry, I'm just so out of it.
My Vince's left eye or right eye?
You need to look at the end after the finale. There's you have to like go past the little black screen part, and there's like these bonus scenes, and you have to watch that, and that will tell you all you need to know.
And then I'll find Sniffer.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no. So at Final Four, I think it was Final Four. We went to a tie, and the entire crew and cast a lot of confusion about whether we would go to a revote or not, because I think that the rules for Australian Survivor and American Survivor are different on it, and we didn't know which rules we were following. I wrote the rules and I didn't know which rules we were following. So we looked it up and stuff, and it took a while, and eventually we looked at the actual Melbourne Survivor rules and saw that we would go to a revote. But in the meantime, the jury were just cracking up with laughter about literally everything. Yeah, and so that's what you see in that secret scene that was accidentally left on at the end of the finale.
Who was Sniffer?
Yeah.
We'll never know. We'll never know who that mighty man is.
Tara actually has like an amazing animation made.
Yeah, it is pretty amazing. Wait, maybe I can make it my background
Yes.
right now. Hold on.
Stream your animation.
It'll be on the thing. I'll put it up. I'll actually, I'll stop posting it right now.
Oh. But there's just like no context. Like
It's amazing. It's a perfect depiction of Keegan.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It really is Keegan though. I worked really hard on that.
Pinnacle of art.
And I don't know why, but you become like a tribal person. I don't know why that happened, but
oh well.
There's so many people.
Rancy.
Rancy, what have you done?
There we go.
Is the real one still here?
Wait.
Am I Steph, Liam, or Tara? Or a wardrobe that I can't get rid of?
This is wild.
Why is it all flaky in the background?
Because there is multiple things in the background and you're picking and choosing an individual color. And it's sort of just like, I've got sand foam and everything. And it's like, aha.
Oh.
It can't make up its mind. Like, that's why earlier I could change my face to turn into Vince's nose. It's like that singular color that I can switch. Yeah, I will.
Liz, where's your background?
Those who are not blessed.
For me,
Hold on.
I don't do the whole background thing. That's too technologically advanced for me.
It's next to the video icon.
There we go. I'm
The
back.
stop video icon to the arrow onto the right. Choose
Wait,
virtual
you don't have to
background.
download an app?
No, you click the top right. You go down to your video thing. You go choose virtual background and add an image or video. That's
What?
how I am now, Vince's
Download
nose.
an
I'm now
app.
Jake.
Oh my mind.
Does anybody miss Jake? I'm now Jake.
Wait.
Josh McKay.
It was Jason's one. I love Jason's. He's got like the Vince and the Tara.
Right.
This is so trippy.
How did our name?
I like it how my nose is just turned into Vince's nose. So I'm just a bunch of small eyes with a massive nose.
Yeah, let's see everything up. Hype.
That's my honker.
I think you should bring back the drone.
That is.
Oh.
That sort of worked. I would recommend there's a little what looks like a color square near the bottom of it, and then you select a certain spot.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
All right. What?
You like the molly grubs?
I don't know what that is, but yes.
Sorry, it's showing my age.
Let's see if anyone still watch. There's 9. Someone dropped off. Who will survive? Which of our viewers will be the last one left?
My bet's on Adam.
Oh, Adam, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably got a couple more questions. I think there was some I didn't ask.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah. People wanting to see application videos, I have them somewhere. I can maybe bring them up. But yeah, the Jason one is on the Melbourne Survivor Facebook page.
Whoa.
That's definitely a standout. Maybe I'll find like Tara's. I don't know.
What on earth is going on?
Yeah.
Now I am the oh, hold on. There we go.
Wait, can we?
Who are you, Chris?
Is that?
Chet. It's Chet.
So whatever his name is, I forget his name.
Chetty's here. Chetty's here.
I reckon Chet was better than Ozzy.
Chet was the man.
Like, he's better at challenges than Ozzy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's like just he's a Aussie but better.
Yeah.
More out
I
there.
think people watching us should tell us whether we should continue or whether we should just like stop.
Admire the nose.
Yeah, I think like we're doing
Vince's
backgrounds now.
Admire Vince's nose
When
on
it gets to
Liam's
backgrounds, that's
background
when you
behind
stop,
Liam.
All right, I better head off because I gotta get home to get to bed. So, thanks everybody.
Great to see you, Emily.
Yeah. Bye.
Good one.
Yeah, I think we're going to go to. Bye, guys.
Great to see you, Ange.
Say Ange.
Yeah.
Probably. I'll stop the recording thing in a bit. But for anyone who's still here or who's like skipped the end or whatever, go apply for season 3. We'll put a link in the comments of the video, and it'll be up on the Facebook page and on Twitter and stuff. It's in April 9th to 11th. if you are a woman, please apply. If you know any women, get them
And
to
if you're a
apply.
man, don't bother. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
If you're a man and you think you won't be cast, still apply. You need to get yourself in the system, basically. If we'll cast you eventually, even if it's not for this season. We'll cast you for something, even if it's like a trial game that's like partially filmed or not filmed. Anything like that, or the next season. Yeah, just apply and get your friends to apply. Thank you. And the Indiegogo thing, we have like a crowdfunding thing for season 3. That's up. I'll put that in the comments as well. Yeah, it's going well. Good stuff. And yeah, that's probably it. That's probably all we need to say.
Ooh.
Yeah. I don't actually know how to start the thing. I will. Live stream. There we go. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Hey.
Bye.